This stream contains fast flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
100 Thieves and G2 are booked for Masters Shanghai, but one question remains. Who's the best, for God's sake? Today, VCT Americas is ready to crown a new king. Hello and welcome to the mid-season playoffs grand final, coming to you live from the Riot Games Arena here in Los Angeles, California. I'm Uber. I'm on the desk today alongside Mimi and the one and only Com, bro. Long day yesterday. Glad you could be with us today.
Hey, I'm super excited. I mean, we got two great teams, and, you know, this is the biggest stage they can get on right now.
Absolutely. Of course, they've got their eyes set towards international stage, but, like, you know, we talked about some of these players have not had domestic titles yet, despite having had success internationally.
Yeah, the stages are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger for them because they've only got, a week and a half before Shanghai. But today, it's all about being the best team in Americas. 100 Thieves got a little moment to breathe in and watch that insane best of 5 yesterday, whereas G2 just had to run the gauntlet, and they don't get any rest.
No breaks, no pauses, no nothing. Let's talk about it, though. What happened yesterday? Well, we had our best of 5 lower bracket final between G2 and Leviathan. This one went the distance and then some. We had overtimes. We had all 5 maps. We kind of had everything in that series.
Yeah, talk me through how you guys managed to stay in this one, because both the maps you won, G2's at advantage. They're up, they're on match point, and then you steal it back, take it to overtime, and just narrowly get it to that 5-map series.
I mean, I think every map, we just took it one round at a time. Honestly, we have a really resilient team, and honestly, still super proud of the guys with all that. And I think, obviously, we had a couple rounds not go our way yesterday, and still hurts, but I think overall, like, just keeping the energy up no matter what.
Yeah.
What was, like, the purpose of the match for you guys? Knowing that you'd already made it to Shanghai, right? Is it hard to, like, get yourself super motivated for, like, a best of 5 when, you know, like, kind of the biggest hurdle already got cleared in making it to that top 3?
Honestly, not really hard to get motivated. I think for us, it was just like, we're super excited to play Valorant. I think even after that best of 5, we were like, yeah, let's play some more. It's super fun. Like, I think everyone on our team is super passionate and motivated, and I'm ready for Shanghai. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, and I mean, also with how G2 was playing yesterday, you have to imagine they echo that feeling. They were so charged up to find that recovery on map number 5, to now have their chance to play in the finals today. For those boys who have been grinding so hard up from Tier 2 to maybe get a domestic title in Tier 1.
Now, with Leviathan eliminated, that means we're down to our final 2 teams, and today they'll go head-to-head in a best-of-5 grand final. Sure, as we've discussed, they're both going to Masters Shanghai, but the winner will also get 3 championship points and, of course, the #1 seed in this region, which means they get to skip that Swiss group stage and pick their opponent in the playoffs. That is a twist.
I just want to see some trash talk, you know, Boostio up there maybe picking out his team. You know that's going to be fun.
Who would you have picked, do you think, if you had made top seed? Any thoughts?
I plead the 5th on that. I'm not saying anything about that.
Okay.
PR trained right
I
here.
already trash talked against 100 Thieves. I'm not doing that.
The opposite of Boostio. You know Boostio is reveling in the opportunity today to get to pick his opponent. I feel like there's no way he doesn't pick one of the Chinese teams with his history there, too.
Can we do a bit of a retrospective? Before we jump into the game, I want to look back at some of our favourite moments from Stage 1. That's right, it's our top 5, or top moments, whichever you prefer. Let's go into it straight away. Coming in at number 5, I mean, we're Zoomer-pilled, as always, on this show. Well, most of us, anyway, to the
You're
right
a father.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be a father, but you just used the word Zoomer-pilled, so you're down with the kids.
Mimi rubs off on you very quickly, I tell you what. You pick up a vernacular. Bottle flips,
this
baby.
This is impressive, though, honestly.
Did they give us bottles?
No, they didn't, because we're going to leave it to the pros. Like, the pros clearly have practiced the bottle flips.
How do you practice? I think it's got something to do with how much water's in the bottle. Cop! You're up, buddy.
Oh, wow.
You're going to make him chug the water to get into the
Wait, do you have to chug the water?
Yes, it has to be
that's a really full bottle.
It has to be like one quarter to 1/3 full.
I'm not going to make you chug water on broadcast.
I was like, damn.
It's actually a hazing ritual.
No. Poor guy. All right, coming in number 4, it's the love buff. Valen watches his partner get interviewed during halftime. I gets a little gassed up for that next booster round, you know what I'm saying? He had his head in that game.
I'm just really glad to be here.
God, me and who?
Look at him turning around, noticing.
I think the initial confusion of like, what is actually happening? And then he just fries in the immediate round following it. It was awesome.
And Valen is such a sick player. I feel like he's been so perpetually underrated for what a good IGL he is, what he does for his boys, and also just how good he is individually. The guy's so talented.
100%. I mean, even yesterday, he was hitting some crispy shots, and I think that's pretty big for an IGL role. That's something I say for even King. I think he's one of the best fragging IGLs in the world, and having something like that in your shot caller and him having confidence in the series is huge.
All right, let's keep moving on here. Number 3, it's the return of Cryo. That's right, guys back absolutely frying. I think this is just a fan cam of him ripping the operator.
Honestly, just thank the Lord we're seeing more Jet out of Cryo. It is always a pleasure to see. And also really fun to see how 100 Thieves have been talking about it, saying they've really encouraged Cryo to let loose and get way more aggressive with the operator, sort of break out of the stigma he's had in years past. And he has just been an absolute beast throughout this entire stage.
100%. I mean, he's just been looking lights out. He's laughing. You know, I think that's something you didn't see
like
from
seeing
him
him
in
smile
stage.
for like the first time in so long
100%.
on stage.
Yeah, I mean, he's ice cold right now. What can I say?
Gee, okay, they need to get you to write the lower thirds, I think. So, number 2, of course, record-breaking moment. Aspas, you might remember this game fondly, or otherwise, I'm not sure. Aspas takes down the global kill record for a single map with 47. This was an absolute marathon on Lotus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, in overtime, I didn't even know he had this many kills. And I look at the scoreboard, this boy is just at 47. I'm just like, oh, man, we're getting carried right now.
I was wondering, like, if he was asking you guys to just keep going even in OT so he could maybe reach 50, because it looked like maybe.
Bro, he looked like he wanted to be done with that game. He was like, get me out of here. I saw the look on King's face. Yeah, there was some bowing down. Were you guys, did you ever think, like, God, what if he breaks a record and we lose the game? Like,
honestly, I never think about that myself. I just focus on doing my job for the squad. And yeah, just supporting him and doing whatever I can to make him look the best he possibly can.
I mean, you all looks pretty
And
good.
he looks damn good.
Yeah. Someone else who looks pretty darn good, though, it's your boy Georgimo coming in at number 1. It's this nasty, nasty little ace.
This is just the best. I wish we had Bren's voice going right now instead of mine, because he did it way more justice than I ever could.
This was honestly like I feel like the best ace we have seen. Just the Bucky into the updraft. It's to win the game. This final, just everything is so perfect.
I mean, he got
about
5
this clip.
kills in like less than 10 seconds.
The dash in slow-mo as he's winning the round.
Honestly,
The guy's so good.
it's such a jaw round. It's just the epiphany of a jaw round.
I mean, I love the Bucky skin and everything as well. Like, he has, like, the aeroplane skin. Everything was just
It's one of those
perfect.
clips that's just like immediately iconic, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. I hope we keep seeing that one again and again from the boy. Every week, though, we do see incredible feats on the stage in general, and the playoffs have been kind of nasty, full of these insane moments, these clutches, these aces. But let's see what's actually happening in the real world, the real Valorant players. That's right, it's you, folks. It's time for What You Got. Well, we asked you to send in your biggest chokes and whiffs, and boy, howdy. Something looks like...
Did you get it on this, Mimi?
No.
You might have some
I have
from...
no chokes in whiff.
I mean, to be fair, it's that time where we were playing Valorant with Brennan, he was playing some other unmentioned games at the
Bren was
exact
playing
same time.
3 games at the
Yes.
same time in a rank game with me
And
without
I
asking.
tell you what, there was so much footage available for that one. But let's look at what you guys have for us. Let's look at a clip and learn the meaning of trigger discipline. Roll it.
What do we got here? Walking up. I mean, I don't know if we can approve of that classic, but... well,
Left click.
That is Shaolin Monk level trigger discipline. And they
You know
still
what it's
miss out.
giving? It's giving. Remember that clip of Fnatic at Masters?
the knife where he
the
tried
knife where he goes for it, he turns around and gets
Masters
shot.
won record.
Masters won, the throwback.
That was crazy.
Okay, up next, something familiar and close to my heart. We have some Peak Iron gameplay. I don't know what to
Peak
expect.
Iron. Is that Iron 1?
Tom,
or?
can you break this
It's
one down?
Tamahagane.
What do you
It's
see?
real iron.
See, he has like the default crosshair. He's crouching everything.
that play.
Really looking at the ground right now.
Oh.
Whoa! Yo, we have got to bring. Okay, actual
That's lag.
tip.
That's lag. That's
No.
lag.
Wait, that's also like a clip from Beta. Do you see the old like kill icons? We
yes.
revived ancient history.
I just please just some help for you. Bring the DPI down because like you were adjusting, and if you bring that down, you're hitting those shots. I'm just saying.
My goodness. All right,
Thanks,
well,
Coach.
here's a bit of a heartbreaker. This one comes out of the collegiate scene. Let's have, it involves a bit of a defuse, I think.
So this isn't a match?
KJ won.
I think this is actually a match.
They're probably
Yes.
Wait, really?
Oh, no.
It's OT?
Good comms, good comms.
Okay.
140, KJ, 140, KJ, 1 HP. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, now just defuse.
He should have
Oh
time to win
no,
the
he's
round.
gonna like whiff the diffuse or something.
Wait,
Wait, he's
Hold
hot.
your key,
Oh
hold your key. Yo, are you...
No.
Bro,
At land.
Bro, why are you jumping around like that?
At least they can laugh. At least
Yeah.
they can laugh.
Yeah, to be fair, the guy next to him realized what that means for, in context of the game, and he's still able to laugh in the moment. That's
The
amazing.
toughest position there is being the coach and not being able to just like reach across and hold down for save this series.
I saw it happen in slow motion. That was incredible.
That's tragic.
Okay, let's gather ourselves up a little bit more now and focus on what is at hand. That's right, it's time to move on to today's grand final, 100 Thieves versus G2. Now, these two teams met just a couple of days ago, and honestly, this match could have gone either way. That Ascent game was not close, I would say, and we expected that to be the must-win for G2. Turns out it wasn't the must-win map after all.
Yeah, G2 came in on Bind and are now the only team to have beaten 100 Thieves on Bind in this stage, and they did really amazingly, especially on their attacking half. They just won 6 rounds in a row there to blitz it to a win.
But then I think we saw a split where 100 Thieves did a great job of changing up their game plan. Normally they're going for a lot of these really proactive re-clears and like flood retakes with the Fade Gecko comp. They slowed down a lot, and instead we're playing really heavily, anchoring sites and just running over these G2 executes. G2 is a team who's always going to play for like at least a minute, defaulting, waiting out time. And if you're just not giving them anything, it kind of punishes their options on attack side. So it was a great map from 100 Thieves to close out, but still definitely chances for G2 to have won that.
Yeah, I think G2 is, whenever they're playing confident and together, they're a very scary team to play against. I think something they do really well is no matter what happens, they're swinging for each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, if 100 Thieves is caught on a bad day, it could be a little tough.
So 100 Thieves, they're a team, obviously, that's been here since the very beginning. Literally, like, they won first strike, which is...
That's a throwback.
That's quite a long
What's
way.
wild, too, is that Asuna has been with this team since all the way back then when the HUD looked like this.
And they haven't reached the same height since then. It has been that long since this 100 Thieves roster...
Dude, Steel was playing.
Oh, my
He was
God.
cast in the NBA Finals.
Steel was playing.
Crazy.
Okay. But since then, right, they have struggled to find that same level. So they now have a legitimate opportunity, not only to be our Stage 1 champions, but get that top seed going into Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, they had so many of those rebuilds, but then coming into this year with Zix at the helm, right, coming away from EG as that assistant coach, I think he was able to build a system here that works so beautifully. The way him and Boostio sort of approach the game, I think a lot of their set pieces are just lights out.
Can you talk to me about what like Boostio as an IGL is bringing to a roster? Because it feels like he really revitalized this team joining this year.
Yeah, I think Boosty brings just the energy, like rambunctiousness, I will say. And honestly, with the boys around him, like, I think last year they started off really like quiet and together and kind of like, you know, like timid some way. But now it feels like every time they're on stage, they're smiling, they're having a good time, and I think that's like huge for a team.
You think
like
he
that.
gives that confidence to his players?
100%, 100%.
Yeah, I'm really interested to explore also that partnership between Boostio and Zix a bit more, because here's what Zix had to say when the squad actually qualified for the final. He makes a tweet here where I think a lot of teams are going through this, like not being able to take a day off for a long period of time. I'm sure you're feeling that because you didn't even get today off, brother. That's the way it goes. Back to work, buddy. But he says this one day off that we get to relax before we play is going to be insane for us. It's going to be a huge difference maker.
For sure, right? You get a moment to breathe and also to watch your competition, right? Because I think they were scrimming every single day. They weren't actually playing on stage. And then they've got best of threes. Luckily, they didn't have to play that grueling best of 5 yesterday. I think Boostio was even co-streaming it, you know, just sort of enjoying that one with the boys. But now they can reset fully heading into a final where they even have that big advantage.
I think, like, we talked a little bit with G2. It's like best of 5s are a different beast, right? Maybe for them, a bit more comfortable because they have that map ban advantage. But I'm still curious to see how they're approaching it. And, of course, we made sure Smix was able to spend some time with Coach Zix earlier and see how he's feeling about the match.
Good morning, Coach Zix. Yesterday, you tweeted that the team has not taken a single day off in the last 3 weeks, which is unreal. But the one day you did choose to take off was yesterday. Did you actually take some time off? And how did the team spend the time to prepare for the grand finals today?
The last few matches that we've played, we've mostly focused on ourselves. There's like a few antes here and there. So mostly our game planning and what we talked about, we didn't do anything yesterday. It was like a full rest and relaxation day. We definitely needed it. Could definitely tell, in our match versus G2 last time, we were very burnt out. So that off day yesterday was incredible for us, for sure.
Amazing. Well, best of luck today.
Much of an anti-team, 100 Thieves in general? Probably not, right? They generally are like pretty self-oriented as a roster.
They've talked a lot about the focus this year just being like revitalizing confidence for these players, coming up with new game plans. But when they have time, you have to remember this is the same core from EG last year that was known for those annies. But I want to talk about G2 because I feel like their biggest strength has been their game plans and their prep throughout this stage to get a lot of these big wins. And with this really fast turnaround time, they're not going to have that chance. It's going to be all about playing their own game when they're also up against that double ban advantage, which is really tough.
Yeah, I think the double man advantage, we had it a couple times last year on EG. And, man, sometimes when you haven't scrimmed a map for a while, you're like, damn, that's an instant loss,
Yeah, I mean, they have a permaban of Sunset.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm honestly really interested to see what G2 comes into it on Sunset, if they change their comp, because earlier in Kickoff, they actually were picking Sunset. So I don't know what kind of 180 happened or whatever. So honestly, just really excited to see what they kind of put out.
Let's go back to 100 Thieves for just a second and talk about EU, right? Because if we talk about players that came up through Ascension, EU is very much in that conversation on that M80 roster that went up against the Guard. He now has come up and is making his first Tier 1 Grand Final and has looked incredible.
Yeah, he's been absolutely lights out. And I think that for a guy he's like the true scout player. Like all he plays is the Fade and the Sova. He is fully locked into that. I think the changes early at the year, the nerfs to Sky, have sort of enabled him to play that role on almost every single map. He is the focal point, I think, in a lot of these mid-rangey comps that 100 Thieves have been playing, and he's got both the utility and the gunplay to back it up.
I think that 100 Thieves is like the only team with a super clear identity of playing these like double scan comps with the Gecko on almost every map. And I don't think there's a world where they would be doing that without EU. The amount of value he's getting, I think especially in the mid-round with his like second refresh of Initiator utility and how well he's combining it with the team is one of the reasons that 100 Thieves is winning so many of the late rounds. And on top of that, the guy is so clutch as another top Initiator player. What do you make of the guy?
Yeah, I mean, he stepped up a lot this year. I feel like he's kind of found his like place in the team and he feels very comfortable in it. And I think he's also giving Boosty a little help in like the mid-rounding as well.
Very vocal guy.
I think all that combined is really helping their team like get to where they are now and very confident.
It's so fitting, too, that, he has been going on this heater now as well, is heading into the finals as the favored team. Was the favorite team in the last big finals he played as well, up against the Guard, who now three of those players are the core that are behind this G2 team. Of course, he wasn't able to come out on top the last time around, but you better believe today it is all about righting last year's wrongs.
Yeah, there's just so many of these players that were in that Ascension finals that have been on this grind up from Tier 2, that have found this immediate success into Americas. And I think that extra layer is always something to be added, even if it's a different team. There's always been that bit of a rivalry between these guys because in Challengers, they just played each other so many times.
Yeah, I think for sure. And honestly, EU is looking to go 2-0 against those guys, And, I think a lot of those players in Ascension have really kind of proved their worth this year. I mean, even my teammate Tex, I'm going to praise my own teammate here. He's proven himself so much, and I'm so proud of him for how far he's come as a player. And honestly, I think everyone's just getting better and better day by day.
If you lose the Ascension final to these guys, though, and then you can beat them to win an America's title, there's no better comeback than that for EU.
Feels like it's come full circle. And as important as EU has been to 100 Thieves' success, he actually puts the credit onto a different individual as the real MVP of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, Boostio and John QT share similarities. They're both amazing callers in the game. I think one thing that Boosty does that no other IGL in this game can do is this energy that he brings. This guy just makes everyone around him confident. He puts everybody at ease. I mean, it's pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. Boosty's probably the most valuable player in all of Valorant, so.
So, Boostio, world champion. Loves to do a bit of banter, loves to get up and talk some trash, but he's actually never won a domestic title. It's almost like cart before the horse kind of stuff, and I have to imagine that means
world
something
champion,
to
yeah,
right.
World champion, but never an America's champion, so definitely something for him to win here today. But he is also just the in-game leader and the out-of-game leader for 100 Thieves. You could not ask for a guy that is more of a full package.
Yeah, I think for sure. he's in the game, he's running you down, he's showing that energy even in the way he plays, and then out of the game, he's standing up looking at you. I think even in our match, I had to look back at him and say, sit down, bro.
Are you ever tempted to do it back to him? Like, seeing someone on the other side of the stage like that, do you ever feel like, oh, I really want to win this round and just, you know,
I mean, I did. We were up 11-4 on Sunset, and I stood up. I was like, what's going on, Boosty? What's happening here? And then they came back and it went into overtime. So I'm never doing that again.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a double-edged sword for sure. Let's move along. Let's talk about G2, who were very unconvincing when they first kicked things off in Americas here, but they made some roster changes and they fought their way to this very final. Come on, it's been a long few days. Do they have any gas left in the tank? Do they have enough gas in the tank, at least?
I think they showed a lot, especially in these last maps. The way you guys won those 2 maps was criminal. We were talking to them and they were like, this should have been a 5-0. They should have won every map in that series with the advantages they had that got stolen away. Yet, they kept their mental up. They went in to their 6th hour of playing Valorant and stepped up to a massive performance on Ascent. And I feel like if that's not proof that that motivation is at least there, I don't know what is. But still, it's another whole BO5 today.
Talk about motivation for a team. This is a team that heading into the 2023 season had the choice to, a lot of the players got offers to play on the main stage after they didn't make this league with the guard. But they said, no, we're going to stick together and grind it all the way through to qualify. Now ground it all the way through to qualify to the finals. They can go from Ascension winners to grand final winners if they're able to overcome the hurdle that is 100 Thieves.
Talk about playing the long game. That's absolutely mental. G2, though, I've got to bring this up.
Okay.
They win 9 out of 10 of their pistol rounds in their matchup against Leviathan yesterday. And still, it ends up being, like, really competitive. You guys have to fight back with these, like, wild thrifties and string together some of these gun rounds together. But, I mean, the match looks so different, I feel like, if you guys can win some of those pistols.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, the pistols, it kind of sucks to lose them. They're such a vital point. You can snowball so fast whenever you win pistols.
Like Breeze, right? You guys felt like you barely got to play the game up.
Yeah, I mean, that was for, like, tech pauses and stuff like that. But, I mean, they're looking really good on pistols. They have a really good concept, honestly. I mean, overall, I mean, they just look complete right now.
But I think that's really hard to replicate against a very well-rested 100 Thieves who's playing into a favorable map pool, who's had 2 days off to rest.
Well, they're about to roll up the G2 crew, so let's send it back to Smix, who is with their IGL Valorant.
Good morning, Valen. You have been on a crazy journey from winning a domestic title in 2022, initially not making partnership in 2023, then winning Ascension, making it to VCT, and now you are in the grand finals. You're also going to Shanghai, but I know the thing that would make it the sweetest is actually winning the grand finals today. If you did do so, what would that mean for you and the boys?
I mean, it would just be the cherry on top to the longest journey ever, right? But I'm still proud of everything in between. Like, this win would be like the extra sweet on top, but all the adversity, all the hard work we went through in the middle is what kind of built us character-wise and honestly made the better memories. Like, you know, last night's win versus Leviathan was one of the best wins that I've felt in a long time. For me personally, it felt better than even qualifying for Shanghai just because of how difficult it was and how scrappy it was. Like, that was a dogfight. But yeah, I mean, hopefully today we can put everything together and close it out because it'll mean a lot to all of us.
Your journey's been incredible to watch. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Yesterday, Valen stepped it up big time, looking incredible with a total of 101 kills over the course of the series, matching Aspas. Big performance, big impact from this controller player.
And that's for the record of most kills ever in a BO5. Well, this guy is IGLing. Talk to me about playing against this guy.
I mean, I remember one specific round whenever they defused the bomb and we all just started swinging, and this guy put down 4 of us so fast. And, you know, I think his aim is just he's in form right now, and you can't say anything otherwise. And look, right here, he just tapped us all out. Good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, exactly the round you were mentioning as well there. And the role he's doing it on, too. This guy's playing Harbor on a couple maps. He's playing the controller role on everything else. And he's a super vocal IGL. There are some players who bring up ideas on this team, but he is one of those players who is really leading everything. He's a big part of the game planning process ahead of the time. When you think about G2, I mean, it is Valen. He's been with this squad since the beginning. He's led this squad since the beginning, and he's one of the biggest reasons that they've got gotten to this point.
Yeah, big deal. Now, this week, of course, we saw G2 take down 100 Thieves on Bind, their self-proclaimed Superman. But let's have a look at the telestrator and see how they actually did this.
Yeah, talk about the mastermind Valen. He knows exactly how to beat 100 Thieves on this map. The important thing for him is knowing how 100 Thieves want to play their A site on defense, because G2 went on a run here to take it all. The important thing about 100 Thieves is they have so many ways to stall out the spike plant or to retake the site, is that they usually want to hold on to control in showers and play to stall the bomb from there, or have heavy backside options. And G2 shut this down pretty effectively. In this round, they have the Thrash going down A short. They also have the Skydog going into showers. So they're splitting up that initiator utility to quickly get in here on the anti-eco. But importantly, I want to pay attention to the scaling of how they go into this site. They have 4 players coming down short behind that Thrash. And Leaf is actually the second one into sight. Look at that. He's actually up in the front there. And that is because all of his teammates have util in hand, right? We've got the Dog over on Sky, Thrash on Gecko, and of course, Brimstone putting down the smokes. And that's one of the things G2 are so good at, the details on their executes. So Leaf is going to come in and path to the right side of triple, while the double satchel from Icy goes back site. They want to blow up back site so that 100 Thieves can't play to stall out the plant at all. Look at that. So quickly in, and then Leaf on the Viper is up so ridiculously fast as the second player to scale into sight. That's gorgeous. And from there, he's still taking aggressive angles into the back sight. G2, we're never going to give 100 Thieves room to breathe. But let's fast forward into the very next round, because G2 take a pace change, right? Instead of having that ultimate and blasting into the site, they separate now, and they're going to go 3 players over towards short and 2 players into showers. And they're going to really take their time. With this initial scouting they do, with the Dog coming through and the Dizzy, they realize, hold on, Asuna is on top of truck right here. Whoa, I'm struggling with that one. And then Brimstone from U-Haul just chucked out that Molly. So they know of those 2 players. And as soon as Asuna falls off this angle, there is no one looking forward into sight. So they hear all this spam coming out from Asuna. They might have even heard him go for that drop. But from that point onward, where is the forward lines? Because now we've got 2 smokes on site. Asuna falling off of truck, can't actually see into short. And Brimstone is stuck in his iPad playing around with, I don't know, Flippy Bird or something like that. So G2, they actually contact forward here, taking their time. They've also scaled up into showers, and then they go for the pop. Nade out, Brimstone ult out, and they look for the plant. Here's where things go a little awry. 100 Thieves answer back with a Nightfall and a Raise Rocket of their own, but G2 don't stop. They want to keep fighting into backside. Watch Valen here. He uses his teammates so nicely. Leaf is flashed out, stuck behind the corner, but he comes in for a beautiful trade, getting on that one. They also realize they have 1 flash left on Jonah P, and they're going to use that to combo up, flash into backside in just a minute here. The swings are perfect. Valen comes out of showers, Jonah P plays off his own, they get the advantage and can win out the round. It is all about the hits, it's all about the post plants on Bind, and we might be on it again. Let's go over to our coaches for the veto.
Hey guys, welcome. Congrats on making it to the grand finals. As you know, 100 Thieves is going to have the higher seed, so you'll have team select. Would you like team A or team B?
A.
100 Thieves choose team A. So you're going to have 2 map bans here. What would you like to ban?
Lotus and Icebox.
100 T bans Lotus and Icebox. And you have 1 map pick.
Bind.
100 selects Bind. Would you like attack or defense?
Defense.
G2 picks defense. And what map would you like?
We'll pick Breeze.
G2 pick Breeze. Would you like attack or defense?
D.
100 select defense, and you have 1 map pick.
Sunset.
100 pick Sunset, and would you like attack or defense?
Just coin flip it, bro. It doesn't matter.
Attack.
G2 pick attack, and you have 1 map pick.
Ascent.
G2 pick Ascent, and would you like attack or defense?
Defense.
100 pick defense. Decider map is going to be split, and G2, you have side select.
Defense.
G2 pick defense. All right, boys, best of luck today.
Good luck.
All right, we're moments away from jumping into this match, so let's quickly hit these talent predictions. Com joins us here, of course, with the 100 Thieves pick. Baby Bay, the only outlier with a G2 win here.
I feel like it's hard to justify picking G2 after how long that game one was yesterday, after how much prep time 100 Thieves have had into this one, and having that advantage to force G2 onto their permaban here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, going from that long of a series to now, it's almost impossible to reset that quick.
Well, there you have it. It's going to be G2 with a lot on their plate here, having to jump straight into this game after a long one yesterday. But it's time to get this best-of-5 started. It's 100 Thieves versus G2 Esports. The mid-season playoffs grand final starts right now.
Preventing it with the wingman, breaking him down. It's going to be the bodyguard angled. Boostio! Oh, he delivers. It's tooth and nail in terms of the approach. They just can't quite get themselves into it. And the fight's taken by Valen. He'll step up to the challenge.
Going from Ascension to VCT, my rookie year in VCT, like winning split one, I mean, I'd probably feel very happy, right?
I am very much playing to make this title. I know that we made Shanghai already, but it is very important to me that we give it all.
Yeah, motivated on focus. Came a long way from the
Surely you don't just push up right past him! The DPM cuts him away!
This is the moment.
Breaking him down, it's going to be the bodyguard angled! Boostio!
Now they know it's me, I'm the chosen.
We're a great team, and I want to get my revenge on Boostio because that boy is standing up a lot, and I got to put him down.
Go, Valen doesn't set his sight towards the player.
You start to understand more about the team the more you play them. Things become like very clear to you. G2, they definitely are a good team, but we definitely were sloppy.
That was one of the most upsetting losses I've had in a long time, and I just came with the fire for the lower final, and I'm looking to bring that momentum and get my revenge as well.
Game time, bet I'm coming in clutch, no hang time, and they can't keep up. Games on the line, seconds on the time. Who can't fight? It's gotta be us.
I know it's going to be a battle of endurance. They're coming off a fresh off day, but we're some dogs, so we might just come out and win too.
Riot Games Arena, welcome our first grand finalist. It's 100 Thieves EU. Bang! Boostio! Cryo! And last but not least, head coach Josh RT.
The VCT Americas, this stage has seen a changing of the guard. And the team that used to bear that moniker now gears up for their greatest challenge yet, to fight for the title of #1 in the region, top seed, into Shanghai.
Both these teams had such a rough start to the season with lower expectations out of Kickoff, but found their mark at the perfect time, had peaked into playoffs, and both have a chance to lift a trophy, find that moment in the midseason playoffs ahead of their appearance in Shanghai.
And coming into this first map, you could not ask for a better way to start. 100 Thieves have chosen to go back to their signature bind, their best map, but also G2, the only team to get a win off of 100T on that, and that's where kicking it off, Carl.
Yeah, I think that shows a lot of confidence. Like, instantly, like, hey, we're going to take that back, you know? I think Boostie's ready. I think both teams look pumped to get in this grand finals, and I'm just ready to go. Let's go.
Man, you guys beat G2 on that very map.
Yep.
So you came in on that vine and said, you know what, we're going to do you guys one better. Came in from the top rope. Who do you feel is favored here now, knowing what you know?
100 Thieves for sure, and 3-1. All right.
Oh, okay.
What do you think specifically about Bind, though, from G2? What's strong, what's weak for their game plan here?
I think G2, they play their protocols perfectly, and they also incorporate a lot of fakes. They really misdirect you each game, and let's just see what they have to go anti-strat against 100T on short notice.
For sure. Last time it was a ton of these heavy exec plays, very strong side, like 4 players through B long, 4 players through A short pretty frequently. But the big difference maker to me was just Valen in the late rounds. Like, a lot of those rounds were close. 3v3, 2v3 at the end, but Valen was frying, getting 3 kills so frequently towards the end of rounds. On his attacking side, that's where he completely destroyed 100 Thieves.
Also on that attack, I think he did a great job of calling a lot of pauses in the mid-round to punish these reclears. They did a great job of shutting down even these Fade Gecko combos, having players in the right positions to break that util, and winning out in those late-round team brawls. We're into Agent Select, and with the turnaround times, we shouldn't expect anything to change in these comps.
No, I mean, like we talked about, I mean, Zix brought it up. He said, with the limited amount of time we have, we've got to focus on ourselves. We've got to make sure our game plans are rock solid and absolutely rigid. They still had a day off. There's plenty to work with. But G2 said, we got that dog in us. You know, we're just going to come back. Now, we know the deck is stacked against us with the way the veto is, with the advantage 100 Thieves have. But hey, we're up for the challenge.
100%. G2 have been looking good. We're going the distance in all their series, getting the maximum amount of reps in. And it has just been such a journey for these players. I honestly think they're going to come in and shock at the start, at the very least. Like, you've got those 5 games under your belt. You are ready to go from minute 1 now today.
Yeah, the confidence brewing after that close 5 series win. The players were talking about the trust they had in their team to get through that after the maps they lost. But for 100 Thieves, they are the team of confidence. Boostio has not stopped trash talking once. His team has not stopped believing once that this is their final to sweep away.
They look very confident even in the map pick and ban as well. He just looked at Val and said, just flip a coin, bro.
And why not? Why not? They come in, all the cards are in their hands. For Boostio to get a domestic title, for EU to take down the core of the guard on the other side in G2 in a best-of-5 final. Last time was disappointment for him, but he has the chance to lift it all in Americas today.
Here are our cops. They are locked in. This is a best-of-5. We've got 2 casters who are trained to go the distance if necessary. Let's head over now to Doug and Baby Bay.
The last 6 weeks culminate today. 5 maps potentially to decide who's going to walk away as the mid-season champion. The crowd is nuts. The stakes are amazing. And it's not just about what's happening here, Dre. Being able to go into Shanghai as the #1 seed is invaluable.
Yeah, picking your opponent, that's a huge advantage or disadvantage. We don't know yet.
Depends on who you ask.
I'm interested to see who the winner will choose in Shanghai. So this is going to be a crazy, crazy series. And there is a lot at stake, most notably pride, in my opinion.
Plenty to be gained here. Again, a best-of-5, a marathon, if you will. And I hope you all enjoy the ride just as much. as we inevitably will bind the first, the appetizer in this 5-course meal, with 100 Thieves starting off on the attacking side. You already see that Viper wall up, leaning towards A, and it's a quiet approach from the attack side early on.
I got you.
And VALORANT right now, just sitting in spawn, opting to go for a deep smoke along B. But he has the rotate here if any noise is made towards the A side of the map. And he will be leaning there even though there is no sound being made. So trying to just be one step ahead of the potential Viper lurk.
Such a tense start. Yeah. I mean, the brim smoke down B long is really all it's been for now. Now a flash to confirm there's no one back fountains. Is that the cue for the rotate to start?
It should be, and I don't think anybody was in range from the side of 100 Thieves to hear that. So G2 will be ahead of this pistol.
They should be.
But 100 Thieves are so dialed on these splits that they have.
Keep an eye on Leaf on the flank too. Slowly and methodically prowling over. They're all just huddled in to this smoke.
What a way to start.
They're all just tucked in, and now Dizzy goes up. Nades go out. And Valen's the first to find the feed. But now this time it's Leaf that have been cooking for so long coming through to fruition. 100 Thieves deciding to push forward. Relentless in their approach. And Leaf keeps them back. But now Jonah P left in a 1v2. Bang and Boostio both weak. A flash in hand. It goes up top. It will not find anything as the pistol goes the way of the attack.
It was so tense the entire time. An A hit coming out at 40 seconds. And G2 were well aware that that was happening. But Leaf was not able to connect on that flank that he had. Almost no value being made.
And it was cooking for a long time as well.
30 seconds left.
Clean shots to start things off, and I think it's only been one round, but it feels like the approach for 100 Thieves is pretty clear. They were very cautious about how they approached the opening seconds of this best of 5, and I mean, it netted them success. Now this buy is formidable. There's plenty of artillery and firepower behind this.
Looks like they're gonna punish anybody behind this smoke. Valen just spamming the classic, picks up one.
The punish has gone the wrong way. Finding value in an earthen pod among grass.
Oh my gosh.
But of course, traded right back. John P tucked in. Smoke will get spammed, will get dropped.
The intuition of EU.
And so after it was a messy start with Asuna falling, 100 Thieves seemed to have stabilized. And now carry the heavier weaponry back towards A, where they found success just a few moments ago. And a very similar approach to Dizzy goes up. The angle on that was crazy. They saw
shoot anybody.
Finally,
Where are you?
settling down. EU with utility dumped into U-Haul. They know they're there.
They're really low though.
Yeah,
this nade is huge.
Careful, this is messy. It's not getting any cleaner, is it? EU gets 4, and that was... Whew.
A lot of chaos again towards the A side of the map. And this is 2 rounds back-to-back that 100 Thieves had kind of just defaulted this B area of the map and then just grouped up together and done an A hit. And EU's intuition on this side of the map was just too strong for the moment.
It was invaluable when you consider how the rest of the round went. EU saving the day, 4 kills in that round.
And a full buyout from 100 Thieves.
Huh.
And it looks like they're gonna just go straight into an A hit here. They're not messing around with any more of the B long default. The conditioning has already been set.
Oh, has it been enough of a lesson though for G2 to bite? Asuna satcheling forward with high ground, not able to steady the shots. Oh, EU struggling a little bit as well, but finally connects.
What a tether.
Converts. Leaf stuck. And the sucker punch from Icy is just too much as Icy gets 3 in the face of a full buy. G2 hold the line. Boostio with plenty of time to think this one through.
Oh, he dodged the flash.
Yeah, but 3 now, position given away. Well, the first will fall. Just inside the range of that.
Yeah, he just cooked inside of that. Raise nade from Icy. What a round from G2. But on the opposite side for 100 Thieves, normally they're so dialed in on these splits. Normally the timing is perfect. Valen would get instantly traded as Asuna is blasting out. This time, Valen able to punish. Look, nobody from Shower is here yet.
Yeah. Just a little off. And also, we've got to talk about Icy in the round he's had. And honestly, the year he's had. Remember, in the face of so much speculation when things started off, is this guy good enough? Is he able to compete? Where is he even coming from? He's blossomed to be an outrageous player. And now again, that the year is reaching its fever pitch.
He's just getting better.
He's delivering.
A big thing of him was getting this experience, being on stage for the first time. So any matches that G2 plays from that point forward were just to train him for moments like this.
And he's not shying away from it. What is a bit more of a shy or cautious approach, if you will, is the way 100 Thieves are approaching this one, much like we saw in the first couple of rounds. Want to spread the map out as much as they can before they decide where they want to go.
Yeah, the game plan for G2 has been heavily playing like a 3A setup, and then the B player is actually playing towards that long area so they can insta-TP if there is an A split.
Cryo looking to be the first to find action. With smokes at the ready. That dog is going to delay things. Cleared out though. And as the wall goes up, yeah, they can't find a way out. They've not been awarded safe passage. The third attempt maybe is the charm. Jonah P swings through, and they crumble. 100 Thieves not able to put up a fight at all.
G2 crawling back into this game off of those last 2 rounds.
Last thing I need is some hero messing things up.
Another buy out of the side of 100 Thieves. And a lot of ults online as well.
Yeah, before we get there, I want to take a look at this round again. Icy in the opener. It was just perfect. I have a feeling we're going to be talking about this kid a lot today.
He's used to the stage now. He's used to the pressure. And now he has a rocket online.
They wanted to go aggressive. They put a flash in through the teleporter to hit out showers for a crunch. With Icy's ult potentially there.
100 Thieves know that. Should have been able to hear that flash going through the TP on their side. G2 are playing so confidently now. We're 5 rounds in and they're already doing a showers push all the way through.
So much space denied and so much info gathered.
Face your fear!
And G2 just need to delay here as long as they can.
They can fully play this on a retake. They know they have the weaponry to do it. The Nightfall's not going to tag anything. Lucio, though, choosing to invest the Thrash.
This is such a good Thrash. Oh, it gets broken, though.
They managed to get the spike down, though, and they know where they are. That Molly could be disaster. Again, the fuse of the rocket lit, and will go. Oh! Extinguished without a fire. That nade is going to hurt, though. They're trapped again. They have nowhere to go. Can they stay alive? Asino with nothing but a sliver. Manages to weather the storm that's been brought to his doorstep. And yeah, it's a 4v2 now, but again, Asino with just a sliver of health. 7 HP, keeping him alive. The defuse has come through. It started, but it is delayed. It's stopped. Icy cannot convert. 100 Thieves take the lead once more.
Asuna there, barely holding on to his life, able to get that trade in elbow. I mean, Icy almost had him dead to rights. That rocket being canceled just in time.
Those comms had to have been so chaotic.
Yeah.
They know they're there. They had to push. The spit through the window, the nade from sight. They knew where they were.
Oh, I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling nice. Good job. I was looking up.
He's feeling it today. It's from the words of his own mouth. 7-3 at the top along with Icy. Another full buy for G2. Economy not in shambles quite yet. And a quick rocket from Asuna.
And a quick kill found. The leader having to sit on the sidelines for the rest of this one. 100 Thieves have committed to the site. They've gotten the spike down, but they're going to have to deal with this overwhelming pressure of a crunch once more. Oh my gosh. Brothers in arms as Jonah P and Icy keep Lustio back, and now Seekers invested the flash in the face, and it's all gone on to disarray.
Wow, this retake is looking so good so far from G2.
But it's not done yet. That will certainly help push it over the finish line, though. EU in a 1v4, he's gotten it a little bit closer to finish. But with 3 targets left, none found, we're tied again.
Very, very well coordinated retake from the side of G2. They took their time on everything there. Yeah, they were down 4v5, but they fought together. Lucio fell into the trap here, trying to fight them showers, but the satchel from Icy ended up knocking him up in the air and ended up becoming a free kill. And once Boostio goes down there, the post plant just falls apart. Because 100 Thieves, they had really aggro positioning there, almost towards CT spawn.
Just one rifle for the side of the attack. A Bulldog in the hands of Boostio with light armor. Meanwhile, G2 reaping the benefits of what just took place. Now, that was dangerous.
Really dangerous.
And it's traded a 1-for-1, but Leaf is stuck. He's gonna have to try to find safe passage out of this, or he digs his heels into the sand and takes the fight.
That's bomb again.
They've made a mess of this. Leaf dancing around, finding solace on the other side of the molly. Again, the smoke comes down, the kills go up as Leaf gets 4. EU again left alone. Choosing to reposition and try to strike on a weaker side of the site. Maybe get a free kill, understanding pressure is afoot. Trent drops him.
A new setup from the side of G2, this time Icy, leaning towards that B side of the map. And I don't think 100 Thieves were ready for that. Usually it's only been Leaf and Jonah P playing that B-long area of the map. Now they had reinforcements from Icy.
And the reinforcements were perfect.
Yeah. No, they almost all lined up for him too.
Leaf got the kills, but yeah, you're right. Icy's value there and the impact he had was insane. And so we're graced with the first timeout of this series, courtesy of 100 Thieves, an opportunity to slow things down early in bind. We'll see how they choose to kind of reapproach things, because you're right. This B-long fight that we've seen for, what, 7 rounds now? Or maybe not all of them, but again, this contest for this area of the map has oftentimes felt like the crucible, really, the major point in how the rounds play out.
Yeah, a lot of teams will decide to default there on the attacking side, try to gain control and deposit somebody potentially. But the change of the meta has been this active re-clearing playstyle for the defensive side. So it's like this weird mental game of, you know, where do I position myself when I'm getting deposited to know if they re-clear the area of the map and also be able to relay that to my team without dying.
Right, yeah, that's the key.
Alone there, it's
right.
tough.
All of the work and all the utility invested in inserting someone is just, it's moot.
Yep. Some really good retake ults here from G2. And if they want to, they can also do a Viper ult setup towards this B-long area.
And funnel him, It seems like that might be the case. Remember, G2 have been so decisive and so quick to pull the trigger on a flood if they lose control. But no early pit this time. The dog is going to confirm. Yep. Some presence. EU falls.
And that's just a protocol they have against the likes of against the likes of 100 Thieves, who like to do 4-1 splits onto the A site.
Balance still trying to hold on to Showers. The snap onto Cryos. Clean. And the spike is out of reach again. Just barely out of reach, but G2 with eyes trained and crosshairs dialed in. Bang tries to creep forward, grab the spike. Do they try to get out of here? I don't know that there's safety anywhere else.
They should right about now.
Oh, what happened there? Does it connect? That could be a disaster. Can also pull off this 1v2, 52 HP. Takes a step back, clears utility.
Look at the spacing from G2 right now.
They're stacked right on top of each other. Could be danger. Woo!
Playing so disciplined, and this entire round was a hard read from the side of G2. The insta-dog through Showers. They understand that on these A splits, when EU is Shower, he tends to be alone. No one there to break the utility for him, and Valen just catches him off guard.
That was pretty.
He finds the timing amongst 2 mollies that are used to default Showers. And this is all prep work.
One enemy remaining.
We've talked so much about how Bind just seems to be 100 Thieves' playground. I think they've lost it once. Maybe, I don't think many more times than that. They're really freaking good on Bind.
They actually lost it to G2.
It seems like they're getting a bit of the same taste.
Yeah, it was like a 13-8 match, I believe.
Remember, this is a G2 who hasn't had much time off. The gauntlet that they've had to run through in order to get to this point has been insane.
Yeah, but already making a lot of adaptations and changes to the way that 100 Thieves play this map. I mean, look at these shower pushes that we're seeing. They're at the perfect time.
They're funneled in. He's dead.
Yep.
He had no shot.
Icy's about to get 3. Oh, he gets flashed.
The dizzy in his face. Cryo's there on the trade, but Valen takes a step back.
But look at Leaf as well. He just pushed straight through Hookah or Belong, and he's already here on the flank.
Once again, an opportunity to corral and control them. Spike not planted. Again, out of reach. They're not close here. Boostio's already fallen. Valen refusing to relent in showers.
I mean, they're literally trapped from 4 different angles. They're being held in this area.
30 seconds left.
The wall's closing in.
Here.
This is insane.
I mean, they've got to understand that no angle is safe. A Sheriff, a Spectre, both fall.
Another convincing round from G2. Full steam forward.
They've just been so proactive on this defensive side. You mentioned it. They'll aggressively crunch showers and take space. Yeah, they'll go down Hookah. They'll go down long. This was perfect too. The ult in short, understanding they're going to have to funnel out one of two ways. And either they're going into the crunch from showers or they're going into the crunch from Hookah.
Yeah. And an op online for Icy. Getting aggro here in short. He's going to try to take the head off a Bang. Or a sliver of an arm, an elbow, anything.
With Cryo close by.
Oh, noise made too.
Yeah, but no target given.
Poison's off.
If they rotate back into this, you mentioned it, it's the op in the hands of Icy that can prove to be the difference maker.
Oh, but that time, running down the clock, making him back up wisely.
Well, it's as soon as the wall goes down, they understand that they can give the space up because it's not safe for 100 Thieves. They're playing around these Viper windows so well.
Yeah. And here's that 4-1 split that I was mentioning.
With Leaf taking space again on the minimap, and look at how wise Cryo is to this. He's still playing back in spawn. Oh, surely not wanting to fall for the same antics that have bit him many a time already.
What an adaptation from 100 Thieves to understand. But Leaf looks like he's gonna clear this. Oh my gosh! He stops just barely there.
2 fights, so close to going off. Almost finding success in both. But it's Boostio who's able to get a trade back. And so they decide to flip the map. Jonah P is here. The satchel forward from Asuna. The shots from Jonah P is clean.
30 seconds left.
But the call was correct from Boostio. It did bait a rotation, so Bomb should go down here.
Oh, they play into this advantage. It's not really getting any better.
Valen hasn't skipped a beat since yesterday. It's looking so crispy out here.
Yeah.
The sidestep, perfect.
It's just flawless. It really is.
G2 have a really good understanding of how 100 Thieves have been playing this attack side. Valen and Josh right now have been on another level when it comes to prepping against these teams. And that's what got them to this grand final spot in the first place.
And you can tell in their gameplay, they didn't come this far just to come this far.
Yeah. They're here to win it all.
Satchel out.
They're all so dialed in. Expecting the swing, hearing the satchel go off. They just make it look easy. 7 of the last 8 in favor of G2.
Jeez.
What a stomp.
100 Thieves should be aware that there is an op online now from Icy. And here we go. Another change of pace from G2. Leaf has been holding on to this Viper ult
for a few rounds now, yeah.
Yeah. Now they're doing a Viper ult setup with support. Icy here with an op, getting first contact into Hookah. If he needs to fall back, he can pop the rocket. Jonah P has the Seekers for retake if there is an A hit. So the A players right now, the reason why you see them positioned so far back from the side of G2 is because they're willing to give all this space. They understand they have the gun advantage. Their job is to delay as long as possible.
I think also understanding they're the weak side. You're right, they give up some of this space, not really willing to lose a life early.
100 Thieves are playing this to try to punish Leaf. And even Leaf has an idea now. But maybe somebody's waiting for him outside of this ult.
The Seekers go on a reconnaissance mission to find out what's awaiting on the other side. But it really didn't find a ton of value. One gun cleared all 3 cabbages.
Wow.
30 seconds left.
Look, actually still the correct call from Boostio. This is really good.
And they have a lot of ults to go with this. Cryo has his ult, EU, bang, 1 invested.
Valen's on an island.
And now he's flashed, but he still gets to go into Boostio. He got a molly kill. And he's got so much space because of all of this utility that he's able to stay alive. And now with 10 seconds left, they've got to move forward. But they're not going to find a way out.
Look at these lineup mollies from B. There's no chance.
No, they didn't find any comfort on the site.
Rubbing dirt on the wound was Icy at the end there. Nice off kill from Heaven. But Valen played that to perfection. He was on an island because of all the utility that 100 Thieves threw. And he just finessed that bench area. Actually ended up killing Asuna too. That's perfect positioning the entire time.
10 seconds left.
Got a little bit scary there, but he got the job done.
And G2 have been doing that for many, many rounds now, 6 in a row. Last round of the half. G2 with a statement to start us off.
Yeah, this has been such a half.
Dude, this Icy kid continues to stand up when his team needs him to. The rocket invested, damage dealt.
And they get healed up.
And again, the crunch from Showers. Now they know that Bang is there.
It's being aware of Valen, who has been pushing through. It looked like he was, but he wasn't ready. Valen so much more dialed in.
Knowing that the fight was afoot, still not able to convert. Icy taking a step back, 100 Thieves deciding they have to invest B.
Oh my gosh.
Spike down.
At least that's going to be the attempt. Icy here, the only one alive with the op in hand. Now has to deal with the Nightfall too.
He gets one. He's still alive.
EU's gonna have to do it on his own. That's big. That's real big to close out the half. The Red Bull clutched the way of 100 Thieves.
Switching sides.
That was a scrappy back and forth round from both sides, but EU, he said he was feeling it on comms.
Your fear.
And he went up big.
One enemy remaining.
To stop the bleeding.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Again, a massive moment to close out the half for 100 Thieves. Unbelievable. This show is a family affair, and happy Mother's Day to all watching and in the house. We're actually going to throw it down to the stage with Smix, who's standing by with a very special guest.
Thank you very much, Doug. And as you mentioned, I'm so fortunate to be joined by Trent's mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here, and I can't help but imagine that it must be nerve-wracking for you every single time.
Every time. It never gets better. It's always the same.
How are you doing yesterday? Because that best of 5 was nail-biting even for us watching, behind the stage, but I can't imagine what it must have been like for you.
Oh, it's just up and down and up and down. And G2 can never just, make it easy for us. They always got to keep us, right on the edge, but they came out on top and we couldn't be prouder of all of them.
I got a chance to speak to Valen about the specific journey that Trent and his teammates have been on. There's nothing quite like it. They've been together for so long. You've gotten to see them go through the challenger scene, winning those domestic titles, fighting and winning at Ascension, and now you're getting to see your son in the grand finals at VCT. Throughout all of that, do you have one moment that really stood out to you where you were the proudest?
So when we were in Brazil, and God, it chokes me up anyways, and everybody was cheering and chanting for them, and they had been fighting for months and months and just working so hard, and they won. There was just nothing like that feeling for them. We cried, we smiled, we hugged. It was amazing, that feeling for them. We were just so happy for them to finally be recognized and, make it and just everything work out for them. It was amazing.
And I'm so glad that you're here today to be supporting your boy Trent. We'll see if we can bring it to fruition and win here. But for now, we're going to head back to the game with our casters, Doug and Baby Bay.
Thank you so much. Man, G2 looked good to start. Trent has been integral in that success that they found. A 4-round lead on 100 Thieves map pick, on Bind, on a map that's been their playground for a number of instances this season. 5-1. Only loss against G2.
Yep. But not too long ago as well. Here's where G2 will be tested the most. Because just like how G2 had tons of reads on how 100 Thieves like to play their attack, it should be the same case in the opposite way.
It's a similar approach. from G2.
So cautious. He's the only one getting aggressive here.
Yeah, and I mean, he had a shot at Cryo there. Doesn't connect.
That's something I want to touch on as well, is Cryo hasn't been that brimstone Cryo that we've seen every other time he plays on this map. He's been relatively quiet all series, all game so far.
Toxin screen down.
And if he gets turning up on this defensive side, we've seen how crazy he can take over, especially around this U-Haul area. But he's gonna have to be left with his devices on the retake, because this looks like a convincing B split out of the side of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, the challenge not headed his way. He was playing anti. He knew it was coming. Lee turns around and drops him. Bustio there trying to equalize, but Valorant gets the best of him.
And he gets healed to full. It's looking really good so far for G2.
The nade will dissuade. Valorant takes a step back. But they've gotten the spike down, and that's a big part of this equation.
And Leaf still has the Sheriff to his name. It's so deadly on rounds like this. Just 2 shots to the body. Even one tag will make it so easy to clean up for his teammates.
Pistols are just so important in 100 Thieves. They need one. That's going to help. Osno with goop in his face, able to get the kill. And now Tap. It's just a threat. Looking to find any info they can. Where are the bullets coming from?
Time's running down.
They've got to hold this. Osno's gotten it to half. EU trying to keep them back. Able to get one. Can Cryo hold them back? He can! They're going to get the defuse and the pistol.
That was insane. I thought G2 was going to have that post plant in the bag.
Me too.
And they try to retake the actual retake. I don't know if you noticed that. There was a pop flash for Leaf to run outside of that octagon smoke and try to commit chaos. But the big factor was Asuna, who was gooped up, like you mentioned. Getting that kill was everything to open up this opportunity.
They did their best to hold him back, but it was not enough. So the pistol the way of 100 Thieves, and just when it looked like it was going to be a landslide, 100 Thieves showing they're far from done on this one. 3 rifles, and then a stinger for Bang.
Yeah, and big kills from Asuna and Cryo.
This is where all the rifles are.
Oh my gosh.
2 found, but that's a weapon upgraded.
Asuna
looking to pick his time. Looking to strike when the moment is right. Decides to take a step back, understanding that once again, they've got him corralled. They've got him controlled. Icy falling to the hints of utility. And now Austin on the swing, on the hunt. 2 members weak, both will fall.
And the important guns are saved here. That was 2 more for both Cryo and Asuna. And if they start getting warmed up here and heated up, this might be a completely different game.
This is going to be a really good half, I can tell, with how things are playing out already. And then we were talking about the finances. Yeah, look at this. An op in the hands of Bustio.
On the get-go.
I think the last question to answer is, do they expect it? Hasn't shot off yet. It was an initial post towards B-Long. And now reposition.
They are picking the right spot to do this.
Not if the op is there. Oh. Not if he can land the shots.
It can be so hard to hit that.
It is.
Little cap.
And that's enough to make them think twice about it.
Yeah, and you already see Bustio rotating over to that A side of the map.
Expecting G2 to do the same, but look at how they've approached this. They've frozen.
So smart.
They haven't left B. Now starting to, but they've left Icy.
They deposited Icy here. If he gets that kill, that might be an opportunity
to flip back.
To TP. After this short A pressure.
This kill's big. Oh, that kill would have been huge.
There is no exit now. They have to commit to the A hit.
No plan B. Bustio with op in hand, spotted one. But doesn't fire it off.
Cryo's gonna run through if that connected. It doesn't though.
Asuna falls, there it is. He didn't have to run through. The spam through the smoke is enough.
Oh my gosh, Cryo! He's just running it down in U-Haul.
And it's working.
Right there.
Waiting for that. And there it is. Leaf finding the other side of that weapon.
This has got to be a save, yep.
Yeah, he's got no choice here.
The back and forth. Mind games from both teams. Both so well prepped on the defensive side. They just understand how each other like to maneuver around the map. It's looking like exactly how G2 played their defense.
I think you mentioned it at the beginning of the half. This felt like where G2 were going to be tested the most.
Gotcha.
Seems to be the case so far.
It's hard. When you're playing attack on this map, you played it so much. To keep coming up with new ideas, new looks. And maybe they have. But when it doesn't work, what do you revert back to? The old things that used to work. And teams are just so well prepped against that.
You spotted their cryo attempting to headbutt the orb away.
Yeah.
So they don't have that control. Unable to do so, and now the dog hunting him down. Once again, they've inserted Leaf in U-Haul. Meanwhile, the rest of the hit is towards B.
Bang might get punished doing this solo.
Bang has already gotten so much value. This is such an awkward setup.
G2 would have loved to have that trade. It would have opened up a rotation from the A players, but Bang, too strong in the moment.
No, Cryo has ult. He hears them coming. Decides he wants to stick with the weapon instead. Tries to land the shots. First couple go wide, and the second do as well.
Wait a second here.
EU trying to snap on Boostio, still with the op in hand, but it's going to be rotating late. As Bang is the one who goes aggressive. Bang is the one who's going to have to do this.
He's the hero.
Now reinforcements arriving. The Dizzy up top. Nothing to flash with it. This swing is going to be insane. Boostio's taking a deeper angle. Now, crunch the bind up, and Bang gets 4! The hero for 100 Thieves.
And I spoke about how dangerous going for solo swings are, but Bang proves me wrong.
No, I still think you're right. They're dangerous, but the kid delivered.
It got scrappy on the A site. It looked like Bang's teammates tried to take a play from his book, but they got punished. I guess it doesn't matter when he's still alive. The collide at the end there. That's gonna promptly cause G2 to do a timeout. Nothing's been working so far. All 4 rounds on the defensive side go to 100 Thieves.
A tale of two halves, if you will. And Boosty out of his seat. That's when you know he's at his best.
He was like, oh, we're warmed up now. Now what?
This has been such a good start to the half for 100 Thieves, and I think G2, given this timeout, given the fact that we're tied up again after such an outrageous start, they've got to find a way to slow this down, cauterize the bleeding, because it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, and I'm actually not sure if the correct play is to do the slow approach they've been doing so far. It might be time to just commit to an actual exec.
Yeah, change up the pace, change up the speed somehow, for sure.
It can be so hard sometimes to do a slow default against an operator on the defensive side. If you walk into the wrong spot, you get your head blown off.
What's the adaptation on the other side of this timeout? Again, 4 rounds away of 100 Thieves. 5 if you go back to the last round of the half, which again was a crazy play by EU.
EU is playing the quick rotator here in spawn. As the fade. Already leaning towards this A side of the map. Here comes the A split.
Cryo
Only Icy ahead of this though.
Cryo is his ult.
Oh, that's a free kill.
He's dead.
But the trade from EU. That's why he was playing spawn the whole time.
Now, Wingman going out and the spike getting planted.
There's my buddy.
And Trent's gonna get both of those back. If they want to flood, if they want to do this, this is the window to do it. You're not gonna want to deal with all of that Gecko utility.
And where's this Brim ult from Cryo gonna be placed?
He's been holding on to it for a little while. Crash right there. Dip. Trent gotten out. He's gotten out. Now behind the wall. But he's ahead. I don't know if they're expecting it.
The time's running low.
They've got to strike now. Boostio on the tap. It's just a threat. Trent is stuck, but he could be the distraction that they need. Yes, he falls, but the time has been bought.
Oh my gosh, Valen!
Valen's gotten 3. Cryo can't hold him back. The time is too short. There's no way for him to pull this off. They both fall to the spike.
The battle of the brimstones. But the IGL from G2 stealing that one away with the spray. He's at the top again. Man, this guy's so good.
That's tragic.
Yeah, he was dead either way there.
Yeah, Asuna just not allowed to play the game there.
I can't believe that Thrash hits top truck, Doug. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, that's some crazy.
Little guy got some legs,
yeah,
some hops.
Back into the next we go. G2 managing to balance the advantage their way.
And another very convincing A side default. This time, Valen will be playing that solo lurk spot that we saw Cryo actually playing later in the half.
That's
juicy.
That doesn't get anyone.
Oh, Trent should be going down here. The pinch from Showers guarantees that. But Leaf with the equalizer. A lot of players tag low, though. This is the difference in running the sky. You can actually heal your team up to full. So yeah, all that chip damage was made, but
it was for
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and the 1v1, Valen. And Bang. Oh, Bang not wanting any of that smoke. Probably wise to do so as well.
It's all just info there. I mean, yeah, if he gets a kill, that's great, but patient play.
Yeah, if he dies there, the round's pretty much guaranteed to be over, especially with this lurk that Leaf has in Showers.
Oh, and also the fact that there's no contain behind him. Right, everything else on B is soft.
Yeah. He's doing such a good job of delaying step by step each stage. This should buy time for the rotations here.
They're gonna challenge him again. Dog in his face, the Molly's out. They're gonna do their best to deep bang bang, but he gets two. And just when it looked like a little bit of space was gonna be found by Leaf, it's all for naught. Once again, the clock expiring. Joe to P with nowhere to go.
Oh my gosh. Yo, this Bang guy is a one-man army. That was insane. He made first contact onto Valen from this position.
Standing in between us
all the way pushed up towards basically the barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, he was super far up
of the attacking side. Then he plays at the B-long corner, backs up into Octagon now, and holds it down, getting 2 to his name.
If not for the flash, there's a good chance Bang gets 3 there.
He did such a good job.
And he knew it too.
That was like near perfect play.
Yeah, we mentioned him taking a step back and not wanting the fight against Valen. That was why.
Jeez.
Understanding his job, his role in that situation.
And just like that, G2 on the back foot once again. Yeah, they had a sick round from Valen, but they're broke. Quick hookah approach. You should be aware someone's backside off that dizzy.
Yeah, but how much info is that really? You haven't cleared anything long. You don't know how many other people are there. What kind of weaponry's there. They got confirmation of something, but it's just a sliver.
And now they're leaning towards that B-long area.
The info
but Bang. I mean, they're gonna run into the army once more.
The info that they gathered was not enough, so they have to go on another approach to find more.
Oh my gosh, he's too good, Doug.
He's just destroying G2.
Toxin screen down.
He's so good at anchoring certain positions. And now he has support.
He hasn't needed it before.
Yeah. Off this contact, the Gecko Flash should be coming through for Bang.
So much invested to stop him, and then Boosty strikes right behind him.
Good trades.
But again, they're thrown apart, torn asunder. Trent realizing he can't take a step back, decides to take the fight. And it's ill-advised. With no real option, he will fall.
What great support from EU and Boostio there. Yeah, Bang goes down, but the tether coming out there. And then the Gecko Flash. Yeah, the Gecko Flash gets broken. But everyone's stuck in 1 HP in this moment. It's just over.
One enemy.
And the pressure alleviated on the other side of the map was perfect.
That's 2 rounds in a row now that Leaf has tried to go for that Showers lurk and gotten punished. First by Asuna, second by Cryo. So they are aware of this, right? 100 Thieves are aware of G2's game plan of when they pressure B long, they have somebody in Showers trying to get that lurk.
Asuna is tucked. He's serving as a walking alarm bot in the pit right now. G2 deciding they don't want to reckon with that. A lean towards B, and Boosty's the first there.
In the last couple rounds as well for G2, they have gotten that hookah control pretty uncontested. So maybe this time they won't opt to use utility in it. I say that, and they're just going to go for a B hit, of course. Beautiful.
He has no idea he's there, though. What a snap from Icy!
That's a great entry.
I mean, he did everything they needed him to do. Gets the kills, gets the space. EU deciding to invest it all on this retake attempt.
I'll find you.
He's gotten out by himself. There are 4 pushing him, 3 from the other side. Only 1 found. Asuna and Bang trying to keep this thing up on their own. Nade keeping a distance for now. Jonah P on the swing, spotting both. Wow. See the pings coming out as Bang tries to stay alive.
A lot of pressure on Icy.
Using fancy footwork to do so. Icy will fall. Jonah P, a 1v2. They're weak. They're stacked. The first will fall. Has to swing on the second. And Bang saves the day again.
Bang is so good, Doug. And he looks stone cold, like he was meant for this.
Youth often folds under this pressure, but he's thriving in it.
Jeez. And the entry from Icy, that was everything. Getting that kill on Cryo.
Enemy remaining.
55 HP.
Just wasn't enough.
You could read Boosty's lips. You are the best.
Vibes are flowing right now. Bringing the utmost confidence in his teammates.
The flow's going to be paused for just a moment as Josh decides to call a timeout.
The last one of the map.
Really feeling like an opportunity's been squandered here. The lead that they had, the momentum G2 had, really up until that EU 1v2 or 1v3 at the end of the half, it's been all 100 Thieves since.
These post plants are killing G2 right now. And it's a team that normally has a really good conversion rate in those scenarios. But 100 Thieves are just getting the better of them in those high pressure moments. When the bomb timer is ticking.
A scattered buy from the attack. A couple of stingers, some light armor.
So many ults. They have to convert this next round. Even though they're on a bad buy, they have to win this.
I think they're hedging their bets in a lot of ways. They're comfortable playing for OT, but obviously if this goes their way, they'd gladly accept that.
Looks like another hookah pop will be the name of the game, but this time, Asuna is sitting on that top side, a little up-down setup with Bang. And this might just be a blender right here. Oh, man.
Can they steady the shots? That was the entry. So they have to think twice about this. They have to go to plan B, but there are no conditions there for them to be able to lean into a confidence.
Look at Asuna. He's already here again. He's everywhere.
You just won that first fight.
He's 2 steps ahead.
They're running into a brick wall, man.
Oh, my gosh.
With no space to be found.
It's beautiful from 100 Thieves.
Trent inevitably will fall as well. Wow. What a comeback.
That was such a sick round from 100 Thieves from the start. The up-down setup on that hookah area. The whole reason why they're doing that is because the last 3 rounds, G2 have used utility to take that space. This time they're predicting that, oh, they understand we haven't been playing in that area. Maybe they're gonna walk in, and they were right.
They will be able to put up a buy here. G2 will. On this attempt, yeah, you take a look at that round once more, it was beautiful.
And the reason why that round was so important for G2 to win is because now they're in this weird position where they have to cycle their ults to make this comeback. If you use too many in one go, what do you have left for round, 11, for the tie?
The backs are against the ropes. Asuna tries to strike, and the flash was his demise.
What a counter flash.
That would have been disastrous.
With that being said, Bang and Valen Or Cryo, sorry, Cryo and Bang.
They've taken so much space already. They've crept up so far.
Yeah.
And it looked like Icy was considering the possibility of the flank.
It's a full containment right now.
It's a little stagger too, so even if you catch one, are you expecting the second? Sure, he falls, but there was a swing of the second. Bang punishes, and of course, who else? Icy's gonna have to clutch it out if he wants to keep the map alive, and he cannot. Wow. The first map in this best of 5 goes the way of 100 Thieves.
And we were so fixated on the flank, we didn't even realize the blender that they had on the actual site. EU and Boostio going huge.
Hey, this map is big for a couple of reasons. Yes, it's a best of 5. These things matter early on. You've got to be able to find momentum. It was their map pick. 100 Thieves were. They're good on it. They've been good on it all year, and they got punched in the mouth at the beginning. For them to come back and pull this off is really impressive.
And to pick a map that a team decimated you on as well. Wow, that is a statement in and of itself.
There's a lot to be excited about for both sides, though. I mean, you know G2 are shooting as well. We saw it. Icy continues to step up in big moments. When you've got youth on the other side, courtesy of Bang and Asuna and EU, we're in for a good time. Guys, we're going to throw it to a break. Map 1 down. Breeze on the other side of this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
One enemy remaining.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. You're going to be able to fight this.